All right, so it's good to have you on the big story this morning.
Senator Austin Onos,
Senator
SUG President.
Austin Onos, SUG President, Delta State University, Abraka. There's reports of protesting. They were protesting in the town and from students and both residents. And we also got reports of shots being fired, even though the police have denied claims of them firing any shots or anybody losing their life as a result of the protest. What do you have to say about that?
Yes, there was a shot during the protests that was done in the Abraka police station front of the runabout there. During the protests, I think the army came to disrupt the protest, and there was a clash between the military men and the community boys, and there was a gunfire that injured some of the protesters.
Okay, so were you live on ground? Were you at the protest venue?
Come again?
Were you at the protest venue?
Yes, there was a protest venue at police station junction.
Yes, but were you there? Were you there live and direct?
Yes, I led my students down there.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yes, so, I led my student down there.
Oh, okay. Well done for, that's good. Then we also heard that the school has been shut down as a result of the insecurity in the town, Abraka. And after the protest, so what happened? Why was the school shut down? And just give us an insight why the school was shut down and what's the situation right now.
Okay, the school was shut down. I think that was on Thursday, entering into Salah public holiday. So the vice chancellor thought it wise that day, a day before the protest, there was a lot of chaos, a lot of things. Okay, then after the protest, the following day, I think the police went into the bush and some local hunters to hunt down the kidnappers, and 4 kidnappers was killed. Then on retaliation, that afternoon, some kidnappers took it to the road and killed 2 innocent Oroka boys. I think one of the boys was trying to buy land, while the other one was an agent. Then they attacked them in the bush and shot them dead. And the police get the information that the kidnappers are on the streets. Then they mobilize with the local hunters and security agency and chase them to that's Makati Road.
Okay.
On getting there, they were ambushed. Then there was a lot of gunfire there. Then I think the local boys came out to retaliate back with some Fulani around and Awusas around. But then the issues now going beyond the Makati area to the main town, where Awusas and community boys were not having altercation within themselves. Then students were running enter skater. Even some of my students injured, they have to go to the hospital for treatment. The community was unrest. So the vice chancellor thought of it that with this kind of unrest in the community, thought it wise that she shut down the school for that day. Not all activities of the school were shut down actually. Other activities of the school went through as usual, but only the students were asked not to go to classes the following day, so as to calm the population in the atmosphere for the following day, because you cannot stay if as at night the community is unrest and very chaotic. Everybody was running to skater. Even the park, people were traveling that day to Warri, to Saple, to Asaba. People were just traveling, they were leaving town that day. So that's why the vice chancellor shut down academic activities for the following year.
Okay, so according to the report that we have, we learned that the protest erupted as a result of the people feeling that the police were not in support or they were not paying attention to the issues of insecurity in the state, in the state, particularly Abraka. What do you know about that? Were there reports made to the police, and at the end of the day, it seemed like the police were nonchalant, or they acted unconcerned towards the plight of the people?
Okay, I am so surprised if police still claim that they are not aware of the protest, or they're not aware of things that has happened in Abraka. April 13th, I sent my welfare director to the commissioner of police in a settings where other SG presidents were present. And this thing was communicated to the commissioner of police that Abraka is unrest, kidnapping, and a lot of insecurity is ongoing, is rampant. I've sent an official letter to the commissioner of police concerning the concern of Abraka, but still yet nothing is being done. Then the community boys started protesting. Then I also sent a 72 hours notice that I will be joining the protest, but still yet it's a usual thing that nobody cares. So I cannot just put my hand and watch the students being kidnapped on a daily basis and not do anything about it. So there's a very big lacuna for the police force to say they're not aware of what is happening in Abraka. One. Two, that they are not aware we protest. Well, with the meeting with the area command, deputy commissioner of police, deputy speaker, and they all know that we're coming out that day. So I'm still surprised that they claim not to be aware. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much for that clarity, because I did interview the PPRO of police, and he was requesting that did the students report, where they report the cases of kidnapping, how many of them were reported, when I was trying to, get a clarity that why didn't the police come out to support students as to what we have in the Constitution, where people have right to protest and the security agents have the right to protect the people when they protest. So he was like, how many of the cases were reported? But then there was the presence of military and we know that in cases of protest, it's a civil right, and people are not supposed to the military hardly come out to protest, or else it has maybe gone out of proportion or gone out of the beat, or the state is insecure generally with other elements infiltrating into it. So I don't know what brought about the military presence, if you have an idea, because I did ask the PPRO and he said the military can speak for themselves. However, some persons underscored some stories flying up and down, said some persons invited the military, or were they there in the state, or were they invited? And if at all, as you said, who really fired the gunshot? Was it the police or the military? Which of course the military has also denied. But since you were there firsthand, and we have a first-hand information as to what led to the military presence and who fired the shots.
Okay, thank you. The day of the protest, I think police mobilized a lot of forces from nearby, from Ogara, Orope, different of their units of we on ground, about more than 7 police vans to prepare for the protest, and they were everywhere. And there's a military van there at the early hours of that day. Then during the protest, the military van drove off. So immediately the military van drove off, they will keep on protesting. Then around after 10 to 11, yes, to 11, then the area commander, person of ACP Bassett Victor, came to address the protesters that the commissioner has heard our complaint and they will work immediately towards it. And he also said they have relocated he has relocated his office to Abraka, which is mean the regional office to Abraka, so as to help engage in this issue of insecurity. And also the executive assistant to the governor, person of Comrade Dr. Oko Ezekiel, spoke for the government and saying that the government has heard us, that within the shortest period of time, they will respond as quick as possible. We now said, okay, the students now said, okay, if that is the case, we are giving you guys 72 hours. again, for you guys to do what you promised on this protest ground. Then the students boycott the protest. They were left. Then on that note, we now heard, after some like 30 minutes, we heard that military has come to disrupt the protest, and there was a gunshot left and right. Yes, about 2 persons were injured, but that is the detail I can give.
All right. All right. Thank you very much for that clarity. Now, I want to get a clarification from you. For now, is the school still shut down? And if it's still shut down, what is the government of Delsu, that's Delta State University, doing to make it open? And what have been the moves so far to ensure security, that students are safe, if at all, and when they come back to school?
Okay, as of now, the school is not shut down because the school is to resume academic activities and other activities on Tuesday, which is after a public holiday.
Okay.
So for the security measures, the Vice Chancellor has done a lot of briefing with the internal school security to make sure the town is safe. And on the 6th here, the commissioner of police claimed that he have sent a lot of troops down to Abraka, which I've not seen. So I'm hoping that they will be in Abraka today or early hours of tomorrow. But he claimed that a lot of troops have been sent Abraka. So we hope to see more security improvements. But the town is calm, peaceful for now.
Okay, the town is calm and a bit safe for now. All right. Before we let you go, sure, before my colleague asks another question, I would want you to give an assurance to students of Delsu who will be returning to school on the situation and encouragement maybe to them. Then, if you have a means of wanting to speak to the government or the security forces, what would that be?
I don't get you. Please come again. The network is disrupting.
I'm talking about, you said students, the school activities will resume tomorrow. And of course, students will be on their way back to school. But some might still have this lackadaisical attitude because they might not be sure. So I want you to give those students the assurance that safety measures are being taken out to see that school activities resume fully. At least when they get to hear firsthand from the student union government, they will know that yes, this is serious. So they'll be returning to school. So let's get to hear from you to encourage students to come back to school, one. Then if you have opportunity to speak to, which of course I know you do, to speak to the government and the security forces. This is the TV. So let's hear you talk to them what you think the way forward should be.
Okay, yes, number one, the student are safe to come to school. And number two, again, I'm not a security agent that can guarantee you that so if you come around that you'll be safe. But all I know is that the school authority internally has had a lot of briefing with the security personnel to ensure that the life and property of students are saved. Outside the community, I think the DPO and some forces has always been in the move to ensure peace and safety. But we can't care. It's an insecurity and insecurity. The government has not done anything in Abraka. Why, for the case of if I have an opportunity to meet with the government, is the truth of the matter is this government that we speak about is they start from our local hunters. I say they should empower the nation. I'm glad that in the just concluded meeting, the security meeting the governor called for, the governor spoke about empowering the locals, which is the vigilantes. But I don't see they rule out the local hunters, which I don't really know why they rule them out, and they are doing a very big job. I think they should go back and redraft that because the local hunters are very, very important in coping the insecurity because the local hunters know the bush. They are more conversant with the bush. They are more conversant with the community compared to the police force or army force. I can put it to you that a policeman cannot enter into the bush and know the way around it, the way a local hunters will enter the bush and know the way around it. So I think they should empower the local hunters also, not only the police or the VGN, which is the vigilante. The local hunters should be empowered because bush is like their home. They move there to and fro, they know the in and out to assist them. Even the raid that police claim to have done in the Abraka community to have killed 4 of the kidnappers were led by local hunters, not the police themselves. The local hunters were the one that led that troop into the bush about night, 2 a.m. So I think the government should look at empowering the local hunters. And there should be a kind of a security drone that can survey the bushes. There's drone everywhere now. You can just easily buy drone, let the drone do the work, survey what is happening. Then your ground force can take over from there. I just feel that they're not talented about these issues. Probably they want to use it to campaign for 2027 election, that they want to stop insecurity. So that's why they're stopped. That's why they're not ready to do anything for now. But let's hope so. Thank you.
Finally, there are reports that say the reason that the police and the military were trying to curtail all of that was just not to let the protest affect the image of the school. Now, do you think this protest getting blown up and the issues with the police and the kidnapping in Abraka, do you think it's going to affect student interest in Delta State University, Abraka?
No, I don't think that. Insecurity is in everywhere. Everywhere. So kidnapping is almost everywhere in Nigeria. So that should not discourage parents, because now the parents will know that, okay, the governments are aware of the insecurity compared to a place that the government is not even yet aware or very informed that something like this is going on there and it's going on rampant. A lot of things is happening in other tertiary institutes, but they are quiet. Nobody is saying anything. So if we have not taken it upon ourselves to speak out now, it simply means a lot of things will be happening and nobody knows about it. But now that everybody knows about it and security agency has already been put in place, everybody now is now working towards stopping insecurity. And if I'm a parent, I will send my child where I know for sure that the police, the government are fully aware that there's insecurity in this land and they are trying their possible best to curb the insecurity than to send my child to almost the same locality of insecurity and the government is not doing anything in that regard. So I feel Delta State University will not suffer those lapses before the time of admission. All these insecurity things we hope should have gone away.
If you see something,
Thank you.
say something.
Yes.
Thank you very much for